What's good people? How y'all doing today? This is the Just a Messenger podcast, and I'm CJ Randolph, your host with the most, the messenger himself. And today we got a good one. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump straight in, and just kind of feeding off last week's about love, right? And it's a beautiful thing that when you see that displayed, especially in the priorities that we choose. This one really stems off of a conversation at one of my favorite podcasts, The Pivot with Dez Bryant, and their interview with him, where he talked about breaking generational curses. Oh, beautiful. So I'm actually gonna play the main part that allows us to see that when you lead with love and when you leave with love, and then you're always just being love, that's the process of changing generational curses. So I'm gonna let Dez Bryant go ahead and speak to it the best way that he can. Why? Because he had the emotion, he had the truth, he had the conviction, and that's the best way to really get into it. So give me 1 second here. I'm gonna just play it, let the audio feel what he is saying.
Break generational curses. Quit yelling at your kids before they go to bed and expect them to sleep well. Quit yelling at your kids in the morning right after they wake up before school and expect them to have a good day. You set the tone for your children. You set the tone for your voice. They will always remember in their heads. You become there in the voice. Don't be there in the critic. Speak life, speak love, speak bravery, kindness and hope, speak wisdom and truth. Most of all, listen to your children. I never had none of that. I get that tomorrow. And that's my number one priority. I follow that. That's how I break it. And, so when I do it, I live it.
Live it. You don't talk about it. You do it. You see the things that you've done or the things that you've done and it hasn't worked, or you see the things that were done to you that you didn't like, and then you change it. You change the narrative. You break generational curses by doing it. Big ups to Dez Bryant on that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Oh. Being a teacher. Some of the conversations that I have with my students early in the morning. Parents, y'all gotta do better. Y'all don't understand the power of your words to your children and how it affects them in class. Because when I'm getting yelled at or I'm getting disrespected, I know they're not yelling at me. They're not disrespecting me. They're not mad at me. They're mad at you. I told y'all we getting uncomfortable. We gonna be real. We gonna talk for real. How do you expect your child to go into school in a learning environment wanting to learn when they've been called stupid as they get off the bus? Or they leave your house, or they get out of the car and you yelling at them? Yeah. Yeah. And us teachers have to combat that. You gotta change that. We can't do that. Because we are with them 8 hours a day. But there's about 8 of us. I'm in middle school, so there's about 8 of us. And they running up and down the hallways acting a fool. And we trying to discipline and we trying to do this. And they not really realizing that us holding them accountable is love. Because guess what? They've never known that. So y'all got to get it together. You heard what Dez said. He didn't learn it. He never saw that. Doesn't mean that if you didn't, that don't give you an excuse. Listen. We about to have some powerful people come on to the podcast this next month. Changing the narrative. Breaking generational, people that have literally broke generational curses. That has set up their family forever. Set up success forever. Because they decided to do something different. That's not the easiest thing to do. Especially when you didn't see it. And now I get it. It's kind of hard to be something that you didn't see. But then again, if you didn't like what you saw, then try to work to do the opposite. So I got a great lineup coming up for the month of February. We're going to start having our first interviews. And that's really the heart of what we're doing here, right? We're just messengers. So I'm going to have a couple of messengers for this for this month of February, a very special month. And I really want y'all to understand that these men broke generational curses. These men are changing the narrative, not just for their family, but for all of us. The optics, what we see, what we hear. Because what has been displayed in our face is not fully the truth. So I'm all about truth. I want to speak truth. I want to be truth. I want to live truth. I want to see truth. I'll promote truth. So that's what we're going to do in February. And I can't wait for the future though. I got some things lined up. But the truth is, how do we break generational curses? Oh man. We just gotta do it. It ain't easy, it ain't pretty, but it's something that has to be done. We gotta look inside ourselves. We gotta swallow that pride pill. Believe me, there are days that I had to step back and be like, is this serving you or is this serving them? And when I mean them, I'm talking about my children. After this conversation or this interaction, how are they gonna view me? Was I a dad that was fair? Or was I a dad that was just trying to dominate? Yeah, that was uneasy for me right there. Man. But there's a balance. And I'm not perfect. We not perfect. We were not designed to be perfect. Let me stop because we getting the messages start flowing. I got some things down the pipeline. So let me just go ahead and tell you the message of the moment. All right. So we talking about breaking generational curses, right? But for something to happen, we really have to understand this. For a breakthrough, something has to be broken. Sometimes breaking something is the best thing to do. Sometimes breaking something is what needs to be done. So, here's my challenge to y'all. What in your life needs to be broken so that you or them or they or everybody that you love can have a breakthrough. Let me know in the comments. And I really appreciate y'all. Because once again, we're all messengers. We're just trying to show the message of love, of hope, of joy, and the message of peace. And just trying to change the world one message at a time. So, with that, we're going to vibe out to this moment's music and just change the world. So, until next time, Selah.